Mom was about to marry an alien for the sake of her children. This extraterrestrial creature looked like a crab, with snail-like tentacles on its head. Amidst the shocked stares of family and relatives, she walked down the aisle in her wedding dress, arm in arm with her son, step by step towards her true love. After the ceremony, the alien naturally assumed the role of the husband, taking the head seat at the dining table. In the eyes of the two children, its body resembled an undercooked roast chicken. It gestured with its chicken wing-like hands, struggling to scoop up the food but failing to get it into its mouth. Seeing this, Mom asked if it needed help. The alien rubbed its hands together and replied, "Of course." Mom cut the perfectly square-shaped food into pieces and fed a morsel into the alien's mouth. This was because the alien communicated by rubbing its hands together, while its eyes and other organs were solely used for eating. The children, watching from the side, couldn't stand it anymore and tried to find an excuse to leave. But the alien rubbed its hands together, issuing a command like a father, and sternly said, "Your father hasn't left, so you're not allowed to leave either." It even demanded that the two children call it father. Disgusted, the younger sister left on the spot. The next day, when the older brother Muro came home from school, the alien imitated what it had seen on TV and said, "Welcome home, Muro. Give your father a hug." This made Muro physically ill. He finally lashed out at the alien, cursing at it. Mom immediately scolded her son, saying, "He's your father now. You can't disrespect him." Muro promptly replied, "My father doesn't look like that." He then left to stay at a friend's house, not wanting to see the alien. Not long after Muro left, Mom received a job offer phone call. She was thrilled. After getting ready, she told the alien that she had found a job. However, the alien wouldn't let Mom leave the house, insisting that she should stay home while it went out to earn money. Mom instantly became upset, saying that if it weren't for the aliens taking control of Earth, she would never have married it. It turned out that long ago, a group of aliens from the planet Fawa had come to Earth. At first, humans tried to drive these outsiders away, but later, some people discovered that the Fawans' advanced technology was hundreds of years ahead of humanity's. So, some began to cooperate with them. However, in just a few years, the aliens used their high-tech to invade human society. They built their own cities in the sky, which, when viewed from space, seemed to surround the Earth. Humans were then divided into two classes. Those who invested or were qualified lived in the sky cities, enjoying wealth and luxury, while those who were unqualified or lost their jobs remained on the ground, awaiting destruction. Under the influence of alien technology, the education system had also changed to holographic projection. Students only needed to wear special sensors to complete their learning in a virtual space. Taking off the sensor on their head would bring them back to reality. Muro loved to draw. He noticed that there was a new student in class today, a very pretty girl. His heart started to race. At this moment, the teacher interrupted his thoughts, saying with a bitter face that from now on, they would be learning about alien history. The school no longer needed teachers, as the machines they held were knowledgeable. The teacher congratulated them on finally achieving a state of learning without teachers' supervision. Muro had always admired high technology, but when he chatted with the new classmate, she expressed her hatred for it. The aliens had turned her hometown into a garbage dump, with trash piled up next to the houses. To avoid being buried in garbage, her father had no choice but to sell their home. However, the money they received was barely enough to survive on. They now had to sleep under a bridge. As the two were talking, the laid-off teacher committed suicide under the bulletin board. The sight frightened the two of them, and they hugged each other. This scene made Muro realize the harm that the aliens had brought.